Welcome back. You are watching Goeiemôre, good morning. We're turning our attention now to the communications, events and entertainment industry in Southern Africa. The Southern African Communication Industries Association, or SACIA, is a not-for-profit organization dedicated to promoting professional standards and ethical practice across these sectors. Joining us now is Kevan Jones, Executive Director of SACIA, to tell us more about their work, their mission and why professional standards matter. Kevan, a warm welcome to Goeiemôre, good morning.
Thank you. Great pleasure to be here. Early start to the day.
Yes, you were very pleased to have you. What exactly is SACIA and what does the body do?
So, as you said, we're a professional body. We're registered with SACWA, the South African Qualifications Authority. And in terms of our mandate as a SACWA recognised professional body, we develop, award, manage and revoke professional designations that can be awarded to individuals across the broad spectrum of the communications, events and entertainment industry.
Why is it important for people that are in the broadcasting, events or communications sector to be registered with a professional body like SACIA?
So I think one of the big challenges that we have in all of those industry sectors is that they are in some ways regulated, but in other ways not regulated. Yeah. If you work in broadcasting, of course, you need a license from ICASA. But the technical crew that are working in television have, no formal qualifications in many instances. The same applies to people working in the events industry. So what we wanted to do when we launched the association 15 years ago is to get into a situation where we established standards, provided training to assist people work according to those standards, and then award industry designations that recognize the competence of people that had been proven to be able to work according to the standards. So those three things go hand in hand: standards, training, and industry recognition.
The body does cover quite a broad segment of industries, various industries.
Yes.
How qualified do you need to be to actually go, listen, I am an events technician, can I join SACIA? Is there a minimum qualification that you need to have done or a minimum term of experience that you need to have?
There is. So for each of the designations, we have 16 in total, but for each of our designations, we have slightly different standards. But in practical terms, people that are applying for a designation are assessed on what SACWA call the 4 E's of excellence. So we look at somebody's education, we look at their work experience, we look at their work ethic, and we require them to provide us with a portfolio of evidence. So evidence is the 4th E. And we take all of those things, present them to an adjudication panel, and then award designations. And it's based on a peer review. So the people that are working in the industry are the people that determine whether an applicant would be inducted as a designated member or not.
How does a designation differ from a qualification?
So that's a good question. So a qualification is awarded by perhaps a university or a TVET college. Both of them are registered with SACWA, of course. But once you've earned a qualification, it's yours forever.
Yeah.
Nobody takes it away. Professional designations are different in that although they are awarded by a professional body registered with SACWA, in order to maintain a designation, an individual needs to maintain membership of the association, has to abide by a code of professional conduct, and has to participate in a program of continuing professional development that keeps them up to date with the trends and the technologies that are shaping the future of the industry in which they operate. So a good example, I suppose, is if you were a television cameraman. Technology changes at a rapid pace. A television cameraman would want to keep up to date with the new technologies as they become available, because if they don't, they simply become outdated and irrelevant.
So what if this is the scenario where someone was working within a sector that is covered by SACIA and they maybe move out of that sector and then come back? How would they go about then reinstating their SACIA designation, or is it just something that if they were out of that sector, they would keep renewing and keep up with all the trends regardless of having moved out?
Well, I think it depends on the level that somebody's working at, but certainly if you're working at a senior level, people tend to stick to their lane. They tend not to jump from one industry to the next. Having said that, within the broad communications industry, there's a lot of overlap between, for example, technicians working in the television industry also work in the film industry, also work in the events industry. The same person that designs a lighting rig would work across all three sectors very easily. And what we're looking to do is to ensure that when they're working in one sector, they have skills that are transferable. It's about creating employment opportunities for people.
That's very important. Now, beyond the awarding of designations, what are SACIA's other day-to-day operations?
So we have a couple of things that we're focused on. We're governed by the National Qualifications Framework Act, and what that defines is that we have a responsible for promoting ethical business practices. So all of our members sign a code of professional conduct, and they're held accountable to that code of conduct. And in instances where there's an allegation of professional misconduct that's leveled against a member, one of the things that we can do is convene a disciplinary hearing. And you'll have heard of other professional bodies, Institute of Chartered Accountants or the Institute of Directors. There's a regular announcement that one of their members has been disbarred. So that's one of the things that we actively engage in. We also work with the quality councils and training and academic bodies, particularly to ensure that their curricula is aligned with the needs of industry. I think one of the big challenges that we have in the academic world is that somebody will register, a university will register a curriculum for 5 years with SACWA. Technology develops at a rapid pace, and all of a sudden the curricula that's being taught at a university is no longer relevant. So we work closely with universities and other higher education institutes to make sure that their curricula is aligned with the needs of industry and is up to date with the trends and technologies shaping the industry as it moves forward. And then I think the other thing that we focus on would be things like...
Thank you so much, Kevan. I'm so sorry.
We've run out of time.
We run out of time. Stay tuned. The finances are up next.